Chat. Let's see who's here today. What time is it? Probably nobody's going to come in today. Oh, we got 3 people in. Hey guys, who's in the house right now? I didn't know I was going to do this, but I just kind of popped in. I just finished watching another video by Big Judah and talking about the Book of Moors. And I'd heard about the Book of Moors, some years back, but I didn't pay too much mind to it. And it seems like I've come full circle again. When I first awakened, I was not talking, but I was watching Big Judah for a while. But then I took a detour when I got into the Sumerian text and learning about Enki and Enlil and um, how the names kind of coincided with those gods in the Bible. So I sort of kind of like cut bait. But listening to him again regarding the Book of Moors and some information that I had never heard um, too much about, and the fact that I guess I don't want to say African Americans, because according to the Book of Moors, Black people were already here in the Americas. So this whole thing about the promised land, for the Israelites, is in the Middle East someplace. But in actuality, the promised land is right here in the Americas. Yeah. And the one I was listening to last night um, of Big Judas had something to do with the Book of Moors and something to do with about the 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 black skin being cursed, and something about back when they in the book of something about back in the day they didn't they called black white and white black, if that makes sense. Something to do with they considered the color when they looked at the people. Say, for instance, these in this book that Big Judah was referencing to, when the explorers first came to the Americas, they were describing the people that they saw, and they said something about their skin was white, I think it was. It said they had the appearance of white, and they had very exquisite features. They had they were well advanced. They were a well advanced people. But when he was breaking it down, it showed that when they were saying that the people were white, they were actually meaning that they were black. You'd have to go back and look at it. And after this video loads up, I'm going to add Big Judah's the link to that particular video so you guys can see it. But what I wanted to ask you guys tonight, have you guys ever heard about the Book of Moors? Have you did any research on it before? And what were your findings? Do you feel like it warrants more investigation? Um, what did you find? Because I've been going through Y'all know everything, and I'm seeking the truth no matter what the cost. There again, there's I don't know what it is, but there's something to this book of Moors that my spirit is telling me to take a closer look at, which I'm going to be doing. Now I had to go and get the book of Moors and kind of catch up on Big Judah's videos to see if I can uh, glean some tidbits from him from his research to so for me to kind of bump off of to quickly catch up with what's going on with the whole book of Moors. And um anyway, let me see what you guys are saying, if y'all saying anything. Let me see. Okay, I got some. Let's see, Sir Jiggy. Let's see, Sir Jiggy with it. Monty, how you know my nickname? Huh? How you know my nickname? Everybody in my family calls me Monty. Monty, and my middle name is Gail. So when I was in trouble, my mama would say Monty Gail. Oh, let's see. Anybody saying anything? Come on, y'all tell me what y'all thinking about that. Have you guys heard anything about the Book of Moors? Ha 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 ha. That's funny. Monty Gail. Yeah. Speak on Iran, Iran. Oh Lord. Now that's a mess. Speak on Iran. I don't really know what to say about that. With this whole thing with the impeachment happening and the timing and he had to retaliate right then, and I don't know. I don't know. I think everything that's happening, my personal opinion is I think all this stuff that's happening is smoke. Um they're trying to deflect from something, but what are they trying to deflect from? Are they trying to get our attention away from the impeachment hearings? Are they trying to get our attention away from what's happening in our solar system? You guys have been hearing about all the sightings they have all over the world. These First they were saying it was a bunch of drones from Elon Musk, a whole thousands of drones. Then others are saying, no, that's not no drone. Something else is going on there. Then the changes, something happening with the magnetic fields in the world, the earthquakes, the fires. Um, it seems to me that they're trying to deflect us. They're trying to keep our attention on different things, but trying to figure out what they're trying to keep our attention from is the thing. So this whole thing with Iran, I really believe it's some type of false flag thing. And I know I shouldn't be saying these words about Iran and false flag because they're probably going to censor me and block the thing because I understand they don't like you talking about stuff like that. But we're no threat. We're just trying to figure out what's going on, yo. That's all. Um, but I think I think that my personal opinion, I think it's just a false flag and they're deflecting away from something else, is my personal opinion. The consciousness shift channel. Let's see. Oh, let me try it again. Live chat. And I'm still waiting for guys, that video that I did with Jamie regarding brain waves. Um, I have tried 2 days in a row to get this video to download. So I don't know what's going on. Is the universe telling me not not to post this or whatever? But it's dealing with you know how I'm always saying keep your vibrations high, keep your vibrations high. And my thinking with that was staying positive and don't get into doom and gloom and sadness, and stay positive, because I understand that these entities, they feed off of fear and guilt and just negative energy. So my thing was trying to keep your vibrations high. And what I'm learning um, about brain waves and meditation and things, I tried to explain it before, but beta is what I'm doing right now. Actively doing something. I'm engaging with you guys here. I see the fireplace going over there, my fan going, the lights going. I'm thinking about taking my grandson to school. Beta, you're just busy. You're working. You're busy. And then the next level is alpha, if I'm not mistaken. And again, that's kind of getting your bearings. Okay, and say, okay, I need to get out of beta. I need to focus on what I'm doing. So you're centering yourself and you're just focusing. Okay, this is alpha. I'm focusing my attention. I'm calming down and I'm focusing my attention on something. But that's lowering your vibration. That's not picking it up. That's lowering your vibration. So once you get down to alpha, you get focused on what you're supposed to be doing. Then you get down to, let's see, beta, alpha, theta. The next is you get into like a meditative state. You block out all the beta, the work, block that out. And then you're also blocking out alpha of your focusing. Now you are there in that meditative state. You've gotten rid of beta and you've gotten rid of alpha. And it's so funny because once you get down to theta, that lower vibration, that's the same resonance as the earth. The earth emits this frequency that's called theta. And again, once I get this video uploaded, Jamie does a much better job of explaining it. But I think she described the tone or the frequency. There's a little creature here in Missouri that she was telling me about, and it makes a sound. And it's, I'll try and do it like she did. It was kind of like maybe a little slow, like that. That sound, she was able to do some research. That particular sound is the same frequency as theta, as the earth. So what we're trying to do is match our frequency with the earth's frequency, and it's much lower, and it's a wave. And once you get into that wave, you want to follow the wave of the earth. And the way Jamie explained it, like when I say keep your vibrations high, if you're trying to do that, it'd be like this: vibrations high all the time. There's no power. It's just chaotic. Not a lot of power there. But then when you get into alpha, alpha is a little bit more focused. It's still not there, but it's not here. So it's a little bit more focused. Alpha, 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 alpha. And then you get into theta, and theta is more. Theta. So you want to get into the groove with theta. And as it goes up, this is where, when I want to say keep your vibrations high, because when you get to this level, the energy is there, the force is there now. So once you're here, this is where you want to focus your vibrations, your intentions at this point, because the power is there. And once you reach this level, and then you shoot your intention out, that is the gamma. That is, it's so hard to explain this. I understand it now, but it's hard for me to explain it to you. So I can't wait for this video to come up so Jamie can explain it to you better. And again, while I'm thinking about it, her channel is called Butterfly Circle on YouTube. I think last I checked, she only had like 3 subscribers. She's going to be uploading some videos on there. So go ahead and subscribe to her channel now and check the notifications button, because as soon as it's uploaded, you'll get it. And there's nothing there now, but they're coming. They're coming. And Jamie has been studying this for over 20 years now. She grew up in the Jehovah's Witness faith. Very devout pioneer sister, the whole thing. She doesn't like to talk about that because that's just she just wants us to forget about all of that. But she has learned so much in these last years, and she wants to share that knowledge, and I'm so grateful for that. Just the thing about brain waves was so beneficial for me. So guys, go ahead and subscribe so you can get on that learning curve too. She's also an herbalist. She has her own, I think it's like 40-acre organic, permaculture farm. She grows all her herbs and all kinds of medicinal things. She makes lotions and creams and just amazing things. And she grows my special apple mint for my my energy bars, my Zoom bars. Actually, she is the one that perfected the recipe for that, and she actually gifted me the recipe, so I've kind of taken over that business. But she's a wealth of knowledge, guys. Wealth of knowledge. Let's see, what are you guys saying in here? Let me go and let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, let's see. Are we headed to World War III? I don't know. I don't know if we're headed to World War III or not. I hope not. I sure hope not. Is Trump the Antichrist? I don't know. Did y'all hear him when he says, I am the chosen one? Now, a lot of people liken him to Cyrus, that he's being used by the Most High to bring about, to stop the elites with their whole new world order. But then others are saying that he's just part of them as well. I don't know. We'll see. Personally, I don't know. I don't know. It's just a lot of stuff going on. Just a lot of stuff going on. Let's see. Let's see. Kelvin says, oh no, I missed something. Hold on. Gotta go back. I missed a lot, actually. Hang on. Let me go back down here. Are we headed to war? Trump's the Antichrist. Conscious Shift. Hello, Monica. I sent you an email last week. Please check. I will check, Conscious Shift. I will check. I'm not real good at that. And I've been having a lot of trouble again with, I have the worst trouble, guys, with my loading videos. And actually, before I didn't have trouble loading videos. It was the live thing. And actually, I'm live now, but am I buffering at all? I didn't even ask you guys. But I will check Conscious Shift. I'll look for that. Ukraine plane just crashed in Iran with 100 people on board. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Really sorry to hear that. Wow. And Sir Jiggy with it says, I saw a UFO 2 weeks ago. It was orange and red craft that was there in the sky with a craft flying next to it. Then both just disappeared. It was in the day also. And I totally believe you, Sir Jiggy. And I know a lot of people said, you didn't see nothing, or you've been drinking something or smoking something. There's been more and more sightings all over the world. They can't deny it unless they're doing it themselves, because that's a conspiracy theory too, that said that the elite have it's part of the game plan to make us think that we're being invaded by ETs or whatever. and it's not really ETs, or it could be ETs, but they've already been here all along and have shared this knowledge with the elite or whoever, of to make like signs in the skies to coincide, with the Bible, because they have the technology right now to be able to say, for instance, Naughty Beaver mentioned, I want to say many, many months ago, about the possibility of them causing a hologram to appear in the sky of like the Virgin Mary with the stars at her feet and something like that. They could do that. They can, if they can have Tupac and Michael Jackson on the same stage and it seems like they're really there and they're not, it's just holographic images. They can do a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff, guys. So, and I've been thinking about that. What if they start shooting stuff all in the sky? You know, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Let me go here. I know what I saw, and it wasn't a plane. Clear skies, absolutely. And I believe you. I believe you, Sir Jiggy. Absolutely, I do. Yesina Torres, I cannot focus today, Miss Monica. Please share with your followers to keep my beloved in Puerto Rico in your thoughts and prayers, and ask your higher power for the calm my people need. Absolutely, Yesina. It's, yeah. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope, you didn't lose any family there. If one life was lost, that's one life too many. Sergiki says, it wasn't my first time seeing the UFO, it was my third. When you see a UFO, you get a feeling they're watching you all. So, yep. And I've seen a couple of them too. And I know the feeling, and actually lately, the last couple of months, I know that I shared with you guys a few weeks ago that when I was putting something away in my canning room and I turned around, shut the refrigerator and turned to walk back out, and I saw myself. I saw myself staring at me. Not a mirror, I saw me. Different clothing. I was much younger, much thinner, and I was fine. I saw myself. Now, was that, I don't know what that was. Now I've shared this with a couple of people and they were saying it was a break in the dimension, or you saw yourself in the next dimension, possibly. I don't know. I don't know. And then, I've seen orbs in the sky, and another time I was driving, and I saw what I thought was a plane as it was coasting, it was in the distance. But then as I'm driving, it seemed like, how you notice something wrong, but you're not really sure. So I looked again because it seemed like the plane was acting weird. It was no longer coasting, it was just still. So I looked over and said, that plane's not moving. And it's no sooner than I said that, it went zit, 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 gone, totally disappeared. So I believe you. Definitely, definitely. Something's there. Now, was it a hologram? Was it an actual ET? I don't know what it was, but it was something. Let's see. Sir Jiggy says, I think UFOs are dimension time travelers, kind of like tourists, possibly. Possibly. They mean us no harm. And, I've been watching Cosmic Agency with Gosha. And according to her, she says that she's having direct contact with Palladian crew members. And she says that there are thousands of ET spaceships from all different galaxies, all different planets. They're poised out there waiting for this show, this awakening of what we're going to do, how we're going to awaken, what's going down. Um, I want to see one of them. I do. I do. I was talking to someone today about contact. I wonder if they will make contact with individuals like us, in opposed to going like to the Vatican, or going to the government. I don't know. I don't know. What would you do? What would you do if some alien being popped up and said, "I'm from another planet and whatever"? I was talking to my friend Duck, and what we would ask for, we would ask for them to show us their true form. Because they may look like us, who knows? Or they may have the big eyes, or the grays or whatever. But I would want them to show me their true form, and try not to get scared or appalled or whatever. But I would want to see their true form. Hang on a second. Watching you also. They mean no harm. And see, I don't know. Now Gosha says there are benevolent ETs, but there are also malevolent ones, that may mean us harm. There are some that don't give a flip about us. They're just opportunistic. Maybe they're there to see what they can get off the planet, how they can manipulate us, possibly. But there are many that want to help us. But according to the Federation, they're not allowed to help us. They can only observe. This is our show of how we're going to get through this. Kelvin says, "Look to God and live." And if you've been watching, my journey for a while, Kelvin, I seek the truth. And when you say look to God, I want to ask you, which God? Because there's so many. Which God? And there is more than one. Okay. Sir Jiggy says, look within. Absolutely. And that's where I think everything that we seek, guys, we're looking for religion. We're looking for this. We're looking for signs in the skies. We're looking for everything outside of us. But everything that we seek, I truly believe, and the more I research, the deeper I get into it, it leads me right back again here. What we seek is right here. Let's see. Look within. I will. Thanks, consciousness shift. I will check. Actually, as soon as I get off here, I'm going to go check it. Okay. Justin with hair. Justine with hair. What do you think will become of this world? Wow. Again, I don't know, baby. I don't know. Again, I'm researching so many different things because I'm seeking the truth. And I'll go through one area, and it'll take me to another. And what I'm finding is, in every little rabbit hole I've gone into, I have found slivers of truth with a bunch of false information or misleading information. And what I'm trying to do is strategically going into each of these rabbit holes and gleaning information, a little bit here and a little bit there. And that's why I think I'm watching Big Judah again, because he doesn't go strictly from the Bible, because I understand now the Bible is severely flawed. Severely flawed. There's some slivers of truth in there, but there's some misleading information in there as well, and I see it very clearly now. So Big Judah, he uses the Bible, he uses the Nag Hammadi scriptures, he uses the book of a book of Moors. He's even looked into the Book of Mormon. He's talked about the use of crystals and natural medicine. Yeah. So I'm having to look again. I was on this thing with Jeff all the time, Jeff, and I'm still listening to Jeff because he has some excellent information that resonates very strongly with me. But so does Big Judah. And at times what they're discussing, they're at odds with each other. And I'm trying to get them, both of them, to get together, because I'd love to have them, not to debate, but for Judah to share his knowledge of what his understanding, and then Jeff to share his as well. I'd love to see that. Love to see that. Uh, So I don't know what's going to happen to the world, darling. I don't know. It could be different things. Some people say that this is not even our home. This is not even our home. Something about Tiamat. Um, she's trapped here, and the planet is awakening. That's what's happening with the earthquakes and all this rumbling stuff. And we're waking up because pretty soon Mother Earth is going to wake up, and she's going to kind of shake the fleas off of her back. Um, that's one thing some people are saying. Other people saying that the whole world is going to be destroyed, and some of these alien creatures are coming back, and say, for instance, each planet is coming back for their own star seeds. So again, this is not me saying it, I'm just listening to what other people are saying of possibilities of what's going to happen with our world. Like some people are saying it's going to be totally destroyed, and then these alien beings are going to come, and they're going to know who their people are and say, you are Palladian, you an Archon, you are reptilian, you are hybrid, you are whatever, and you come with us, possibly. There's all kinds of different scenarios that people are trying to think outside the box and put their little pieces on it. But I don't know. We'll see when it happens. Okay, consciousness shift says this world is made for love. No love, no world. Absolutely. And I believe that conscious shift, you know, um, when we were shooting the video, and she was explaining about the thought, the thought of your intention, and something about you have neurons. We have neurons in our brain, but we also have neurons in our heart, and we have neurons as well, and in our gut, our stomach, or what that area. And I think that's where you get that saying, gut feeling. And it's something about connecting the thought, the intention, with that feeling in your gut, and then you project your what word am I trying to say? Um, I can't think of the word I'm trying to say. Whatever you're manifesting, your power comes from here. You connect this with the gut, and you manifest from the heart with love and compassion. That's where the power is. And that's what the Anointed One told us. He said that love is the key. Love is the key. Let's see. Justine says they are already shooting things in the sky and making the weather change. Yes, they've been it's called, instead of saying chemtrails, we need to call it genetic engineering. What is it? What do they call it? Not genetic. Geo I can't believe I forgot what they said. Geoengineering, I think it's called. When and now for a long time the government was saying we're not spraying nothing, we're not spraying nothing, no, it's conspiracy theories, it's contrails. But now they're saying now we're spraying. Yes, we are spraying aluminum and all these other different chemicals, particles in the air to reflect light back up to the sun because of global warming. Okay. So yeah, they are definitely shooting things in the sky to change our weather. That was quantum. And actually, Jamie's going to be doing she's going to be doing a lot of podcasts regarding brain waves. Jamie is also, excuse me, she's also a Lakota shaman. And she'll be sharing, some of that knowledge with you as well. Her channel is going to be amazing, guys. I mean, anywhere from, she is so knowledgeable with brain waves, and I don't know if she's going to talk about XJW stuff. She could, but I don't think she will, because her focus is mainly on where she is now, and that's, brain waves and healing and natural medicine and being mindful and meditation and organic gardening and permaculture. And yeah, she's a wealth of information. Conscious says, I don't think it's a good idea to entertain them. Yeah, I don't want to entertain them either, unless they want to be entertained. If they're friendly ETs, I don't have a problem with having a relationship with another being from another planet. As long as they won't hurt me, I'm not going to hurt you. Let's learn from each other. Absolutely. I don't have a problem with that. So in that sense, I don't mind entertaining them. But say for instance, if it's a malevolent being and he means me harm, I'm just going to resort to remembering who and what I am. I'm a divine, sovereign, free spirit being. And the worst thing that they could do to me is kill my meat suit. Okay, kill it. I'm not afraid of death anymore the way I was before. So I'm not afraid. I'm just not. Sir Jiggy Way that says aliens have no religion or concept of God, but that doesn't make them evil. It makes them evolved. Okay, possibly. But what if, okay, Sir Jiggy, with it, what if we are facets of God? What if we were? What if we are? And actually, at this point in time in my journey, I think that we are facets of God. God's, let's see, layer, planetary, not universal. And I think that's the big secret that makes aliens a threat to the powers here on our prison planet. Being godly isn't enough. It don't mean you're good. Again, through all the research, some folks believe that the earth is just a laboratory for the reptilian gods, Enki and Enlil. Trace back goes to Yahweh and Yahuwah. if all that's true. I don't know. It's very elaborate, y'all. And a lot of people were saying, because for a while I was saying, the Sumerian texts, they predate the Bible by 2,500 years. Then I started thinking, well, what if these entities deliberately wrote all this stuff and etched it in the tablets as like a backup plan? If people started saying, no, we don't believe this Bible mess no more, then they could have another scenario to keep us thinking that we're enlightened. We know where we came from now. We are actually hybrids of the Anunnaki. That would make a lot of people more receptive to the idea when they return saying, we are your gods. We are your procreators. So again, I'm looking at everything, critically thinking, and I don't have the answers. I'm still searching, but if there is a one, he knows, or she knows that Monica's digging, and I'm looking, and I'm not settling for what anybody tells me. That has to feel right in my gut, and I'm going to keep pushing until I find that point to where I can stand in it and say, I'm here. So far, I can't say that because I'm still researching. And the more I research, I find out more and more information. And again, it pushes me away from what I've always been taught in the Bible and in history in general. We've been lied to, y'all, big time. And everything is starting to blow up. It's about time. Sir Jiggy says, God's, oh, I already read that one. Justine says, but there's so much bad. How can imperfect men, make it better? My thought on that, Justine, is it's been drilled in our heads that we're just imperfect men. We can't do nothing. We need God. We need Jesus. We need all this stuff. We need salvation. And we can't do nothing. What if all of that is a lie? What if we are facets of Almighty God? What if the anointed one, the one that says the one that we call the anointed one, he told folks that were in front of him, he says, you think I'm done? I did something? Raising the dead, doing all the miracles he did. He says, do you not know that you are gods? He says, you will do so many more bigger things than I could do. There's something to that, possibly. Ooh, I'm going to knock my whole table down. So I don't think I think once all of mankind realizes who and what we are, we're going to rise, awaken. And once that consciousness level is up high enough, it's going to tip the scales, guys. And I believe either we're at the point of tipping that scale now, or it's already tipped. There's so many more people that are talking about this stuff, that are asking those hard questions, that are saying, I don't know if I believe all that stuff no more. There is a great awakening. Great awakening. Jerry Gatewood says, I pray. Oh, here we go. I pray people don't be fooled with your false teachings. You are the devil. Oh, here we go. Here, see, we need a wrench. And Jerry, it's really sad. Number one, I am not a teacher. I am just Monica, searching for the truth. I grew up in the Jehovah's Witness faith and was fed a bunch of lies and deceit is guilt and fear. What religion are you in? Baptist, Catholic? Which one are you in? Because if you're in any organized religion, you're in the same boat I was in, pal. You just don't know it. So the false teachings or whatever, if you're in any church, you probably I'm doing a live right now, Doug. If you're in any church right now, you quick to say that I'm teaching falsehoods. You better go back and check what you believe, buddy. I'm telling you. Okay. And if you keep up with that nastiness, Jerry, you're gonna get yourself blocked. I'm telling you. Justine says, what if they keep calling them aliens, but could they be angels? I don't know, babe. I don't know. I was listening to another perspective someone had saying about the Elohim. Some people believe Elohim is God, just Almighty God. But when you look it up, Elohim it's plural. It means more than one. It means actually the council of the gods, male and female, masculine and feminine. So is that a false teaching too? Go look that up. What's your name, Jerry? Go ahead. So these aliens, because if I'm understanding correctly, Enki and Enlil, I guess they would be, I guess what you would call, they were Sumerian gods, but they weren't really gods. They were God men. So I'm wondering if these Elohim, since we were made in their image, some people are thinking that they're fallen angels. Some people are saying that they are the gods and we could choose to worship whichever one we want to. There's so many different belief systems about the Elohim and about angels and demons and whatever. Sir Jiggy with it says, Shiva has been unleashed on our planet via CERN. That's why mental illness is rampart. Shiva is a malicious entity from another dimension. And I hear you saying that, Jiggy, but then I listen to other people. I've hear your side to it, but I've also heard other people that say Shiva is good. There's so much out there. Okay, let me see how to do this right now. I don't know how to do that. I'll figure it out.
What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna block Jerry if he continues with his false teaching. Again, Jerry, I am not a teacher. If you don't want to listen, baby, bye. Bye.
I don't understand that part.
What?
Because somebody don't believe in the same thing you believe in, why you gotta be nasty for?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And I every time I come up, this is my journey. I'm searching for the truth. I'm sharing the knowledge that I'm picking up.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing. Go and research it yourself. I'm done with you, Jerry. I'm not anything else you write, I'm just going to ignore it. Y'all ignore it too.
Yeah.
Okay, Erica Health Diva. I'm reading the sealed portion of Yeshua, the Christ, and I'm in mind blown. It fills in so many missing pieces of the puzzle, even about reincarnation. I'm going to check that out, Erica. Thank you for that, darling. I have lots of stuff I'm reading here. I can't even get all the books because I'm reading everything. Again, I'm searching for the truth. And even in the Bible, it says there's a little bit here and a little bit there. So I'm looking a little bit here and a little bit there. And if you want to stick just with the Bible or whatever you want, that's you.
That's you, and that's fine. That's okay.
Do you, baby? Do you?
All right.
Let's see.
I think people need to get to a point of understanding where you shouldn't be looking for the truth with fear involved.
Yeah.
Once you're afraid and you have fear going on,
And that's what I'm finding too, Duck. You know, when people attack like that,
hmm
evidently something I'm saying, that, what is that? What do you call that? Cognizant resonance.
yeah, they can't even when
You,
they
you're
can't
you're
bring them.
shaking. You're
Yeah,
shaking their foundation.
yeah,
I said something that made you think, oh, what if? Oh no, don't talk about my religion. No, my faith is. I have it. I have the truth. And if you say that, you blaspheming.
yeah, and you're the only one who has the truth out of how many
Right.
billion people on this planet,
Right.
and how many religion that started. And
Exactly.
come on,
And it's okay. And I understand that.
yeah,
It's a scary feeling because even waking up from the Jehovah's Witness thing, when people would tell me that Jehovah's Witnesses were a cult, I came unglued. Don't you talk about Jehovah's Witnesses. We're not no cult. And even when I got out, I was still in the mindset, how could I have been in a cult? I was in a freaking cult. You probably are too, Jerry. You just don't know it.
yeah. Even with even yeah, I don't be part of anything, but even cult, I have a different definition of that now.
You do?
Yeah. Again, everybody's searching for their own truth and their own ways. You don't judge anyone. You just mind your own business. Literally mind your own business. You have to worry about yourself.
Absolutely. And Sir Jiggy with it just got it right on the head. He says, Jerry, allow money to glow. If you disagree, please leave our realm.
It's that simple.
We share here. Okay. I thank you, Sir Jiggy, my baby. Thank you, darling.
It's
Well
simple.
said.
Still love you, Jerry, but come on.
Yes, yes, we love you, Jerry.
But
But
still,
if you're gonna be ugly, I'm cool at that.
yeah.
Zip your lip until you learn to play nice, okay? All right, Justine says, yes, the world is made for love, but human are losing the love for one another. No natural affection for absolutely no natural, and I see no natural affection. I see that a lot in the world, but I'm also seeing a shift a little bit too,
Mhm.
Justine. Say, for instance, in my particular neck of the woods, I just left a meeting with like-minded people, white, black, all colors, there, but we're like-minded people about protecting the earth and supporting each other, on our homesteads. Yeah.
No matter what the religion is,
No matter what your religion is, what your belief system is, it's just people helping people. We are our brother's keeper. Um, Celia and Flavor, and we're still talking about Jerry. Jerry, what about starting your own channel? Love and yeah. And I'll subscribe, Jerry. I'll come and be a troll on your channel.
I
I'm
would.
being mean. Let me stop.
No, I wouldn't even be a troll. I'd subscribe and trying to listen to what you're trying to say and
Yeah,
see
that's true.
what
That's
your
true.
perspective is.
That's true. That's true. A consciousness shift. I was booted out. Good night. Uh-oh, I was booted out. I didn't boot you out, baby. Maybe YouTube boot you out. I didn't boot you out. Anyway, be safe, darling. Good night. J. Matthews, there is a link that shows they have been modifying since the early 1800s. I'll post it after this live. Thank you, darling. I want to see that. Celia in favor. Yes, Monica. Divine, sovereign, and free of death. Absolutely. Not afraid. No more, baby. Take this meat suit. It's saggy anyway. Look at it. You can have it.
It's beautiful.
Let's see. Conscious Shift says they may not, let's see, they may not have any truth in them, would not entertain aliens because there's no way to know who is benevolent or not. That's true. That's true. And they could come in, like, again, like you said, they could come in and say they're wonderful and everything, but maybe they could just be an angel of light and we're to eat you like some chicken. I don't know.
I think another thing that we need to keep in mind as awakened people is that we have gut feelings and heart. We
Yes.
have to go by what we feel instead of what we're thinking. Sometimes, actually, most of the times, I'm finding out now. You have to start working mostly in your feelings because we go by what
with
we
that gut,
yeah, we go
like
by
Jamie was talking about.
yeah, we go by what we think all the time, and we start planning things out in our heads, which is good, and you need a balance between both. But
Mm-hmm.
to start using start finding a way of discernment and blah blah blah, you have to start tapping into your heart chakra, your feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that will help. That will help telling who's foe and who's not.
That's right. Depending on, don't you scratch my wall, little cat. We have a little kitty in here, and he likes to scratch the
I
walls.
gotta say, Monica has been doing a lot of progress and working on things that are new because she has a cat inside her.
I don't hate cats. I'm just not a cat person, and I'm allergic to them too. And actually, my eyes are starting to water. So we're gonna have to find some place for him
Yeah,
at some point. But
Yeah.
he's a good kitty. He's a good kitty. But
anytime
yeah.
we need to do that. Yeah.
But I'm evolving with the cat in my house. Okay, let's see. Consciousness Shift says they may not have any truth in them. It wouldn't. I would not entertain aliens because there's no way to know who is benevolent or not. And that's true unless you kind of go with what Duck just said, kind of go with your gut.
Yeah.
My gut has saved me so many times, and I'm learning to pay attention to my gut because you guys know you have this gut feeling. You meet someone, you're like, I don't know about this one.
Yeah.
Or you may meet someone like, I like this person,
Mhm.
like Duck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Duck. Yeah.
We didn't even have to say much when we first met. It was like,
I just knew.
yeah.
I just knew. Yeah. Let's see. Jay Matthews says, I think so too. Celia says his story can be the thoughts of anyone that we don't even know it have seen. I'm not sure what that means, baby. Conscious shift. His prophecies are looking more and more accurate. Again, if it's true prophecy or scripted prophecy. Because again, they can make anything appear. And another thing I was listening to, like to Jeff, I listen to Jeff a lot because he says that this stuff in the Bible, this scripted prophecy and revelation, he says his understanding is the Jesuits set all of this up years and years in advance. Years and years in advance. According to him, everything in Revelation has already happened. It's old history, but they put a spin on it to make people today believe it's coming, but it's already happened. That's another thing that I'm looking at. Another thing that Jerry says that that I'm false teaching. I'm researching. I hear this stuff and I go and look at it. I just don't dismiss it because it doesn't coincide with what I've been taught my whole life. No, I'm saying, okay, there's another idea. I'm going to go check that out. What if it's true?
And
What
you
if
don't
it's
have
true?
to keep it when you check it out.
Exactly.
If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate.
Absolutely. And I've done that so many times. Someone's said something, I said, let me look at that. And I'll go and look and do my research, and it just don't feel right. It doesn't resonate with me. So I move on. Let's see. Jay Matthews. Let's see. Religion and fluoride has one thing in common. Both have made people passive and paralyzed from taking action, even down to protecting family and their own freaking life. You didn't say freaking, but I'm saying freaking lives. So true. How many people know that fluoride is a poison?
We still
A rat poison. But you put it on your baby's toothbrush every day. Brush your teeth, baby. Brush it. And then you give them water with fluoride in it. It's poison. Yeah. I hear you, sweetie. Sir Jiggy says, gods are planetary. Gods choose planets to rule. Planets are like houses to gods, plural. Yes. There's good gods and bad gods, jealous gods and gods who are non-narcissistic. Bingo! That's totally what I believe, Sir Jiggy. Absolutely. And the whole thing about actually being planets being gods, living things, like
I believe it.
the whole thing about Tiamat and Venus and Jupiter and Mars, they're all, yeah, there's something to that. Thank you, Sir Jiggy, for sharing that. The consciousness shift. Organized religion is of the devil. Yep, absolutely. And a whole bunch of other stuff too. Sir Jiggy says, if our God is jealous, he's jealous of other gods. Yeah. Again,
Right.
why is Yah, Jehovah, Yahweh, whatever you want to call him, Yahuwah, is saying, don't you have no other gods before me? Why would he be jealous? If he is Almighty, the creator of everything, why would it be? It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah.
Well, there's a passage in the Bible where it says to whatever you create attachment to and you can't let go of, it becomes your God. Some people might say he's talking about these kind of things too.
Possibly.
Yeah, but I also think there are a bunch of gods like Mr. said there.
Let's see, Justine says God men like Nephilims. Now, I think the Nephilims were according to, again, what some people are saying, Nephilims are a product of fallen angels having relations with earthly women and having these hybrid children that turned out to be like huge giants, and were vicious and mean and ate people and destroyed stuff. But then I hear other people saying that there were giants that were, like, I have to get the words right, that were benevolent. They wanted to help. They didn't want to hurt and steal and do all this bad stuff that their counterparts were doing. Again, that's another facet of what I've learned from what other people are thinking and are believing. Sir Jiggy says, if there's more than one God, there's more than one heaven, possibility more than one devil, more than one hell. Possible? Because there are...
It's a bunch of dimensions.
Yes.
So I think in everything there's a different frequency or level to that, and you'll find a different dimension, different plane, different blah 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 for everything. That's what I think too.
But I do believe that there is one source from the very beginning, how it all started. I think that there's one, and it kind of shot off from that. But I think there's only one source. Yeah. But I don't know.
I think these things are things you can find also in the mystic side of things.
Yeah. It's all intertwined, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can hear Duck or not. Can y'all hear him?
I think they can hear him.
Because nobody said anything. Okay, Sir Jiggy says, I already read that one. Chloe. Hi, Chloe. Good to see you again, darling. Religion is nothing but a costume. There is no heaven or hell. I don't know. I actually think right now, I think I am in hell. I think this is hell right now. And maybe we're ascending to the next dimension, to where heaven is. And actually heaven is really here on earth, but there's a veil and we just have to get through that part. I don't know. I'm thinking outside the box, and I'm not teaching. I'm just thinking. Okay? I'm just thinking. Sir Jiggy says, life has levels. Pay attention, listen. Water has life. Soil has life. Above the ground we exist. The sky has birds. Space has what we call aliens, and it's levels beyond space dimensions. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. J. Matthews, scriptures are just that, a script, manifesting what they want and also making us believe it. If someone makes something to believe and have to kill people to do it, there's something wrong. Absolutely. Yep. Don't lie, don't steal, don't kill, don't rape. Oops. Now go get them. Go lie, go steal, go rape them in the name of Jehovah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that there's something up there. I think with this whole ascension thing, I think one of the main thing that you really should try not to do is one, mess up people's energy, like intentionally go and bug somebody and do something to fuck up their energy,
Mm-hmm.
and taking a life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. Those are, at least if you do anything else, don't do these two things, because the
Mm-hmm.
universe always has a counterbalance to anything you do.
Absolutely. Let's see. Jay Matthews says get plant-based toothpaste. Awesome. That
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And actually, my we're going to be making our own. We're getting healthy 2020, y'all. Or just we're going to reduce waste. Eat as natural as possible that
Mm-hmm.
we can.
Natural
We're
products.
natural products, trying to get away from Tide and Downy,
Yeah.
and make our own laundry detergent with borax and essential oils, and toothpaste with baking soda, coconut oil, and like peppermint and spearmint oil, cinnamon oil, for to make it nice and fresh,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe using peroxide for whiteness.
And clubs help take care of cavities. So you can
What does?
cloves,
Oh, cloves.
cloves. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, it helps take care of cavities. So there's a lot of things naturally you can
Yeah.
help yourself
Get
with.
back to the old ways. Get back to the old ways. Blessed Abundance Oracle. Many elevated people are coming down with cancer so that their gifts can be blocked with the heavy metals in chemo. Yes. Platinum treatment for breast cancer, for example. Yes, ma'am. We're also looking into doing different things to try and detoxify ourselves, decalcify our pineal gland, um, and just doing cleansing, doing some fasting and uh, um, there's some, I'm trying to think of this thing that I can't think of it now, but anyway, it's supposed to help get the heavy metals out of our system because they're bombarding us with these supposed reflective particles to send the sunlight back up. All that, we're breathing that stuff, it's falling on us, we're washing in it, we're drinking it, it's in our food, it's in our soil. Yeah, so we're trying to figure out a way to try and get some of these, not ingest so many of them, and work on ways, figure out ways to try and get some of it out of our bodies. P Funk, what's up? You were pretty, Monica. By the way, I guess I'm just a young punk. I like him. I like him young, baby. Come on. Just be. I'm being bad. Cougar. No. Yeah, I'm looking, but if you too young, you might be too young for me, baby. I'm 62 years old, so you gotta. Yeah, no. Okay, Jay Matthew, but thank you. Make me smile. Jay Matthews, yes, I can hear him. They can hear you, duck. Quack, quack.
Yeah.
Awesome. Chloe says, let's see, I'm the only one who can still get past Genesis in the Bible. Or is that just, am I the only one who still can't get past Genesis?
No.
Nope. Me too. Me too. That's all I can say.
I have not been able to bring myself to read the Bible.
I have never read the Bible cover to cover. I've never done it cover to cover. I've bits and pieces because growing up in the Jehovah's Witness faith, there were certain scriptures that we had to listen to every week because it was embedded in their mind to do that. But whenever I would try and start reading the Bible, I would always get stuck with Genesis 1 and 2, with the two freaking creation stories, biggest day to me. And everyone says, no, it's just a rehash of, what he did in the first chapter. No, read it again critically. Don't skim through it. Read it again with a critical mind, and not what we just read it word for word, and you'll see there's two creation stories, or this God that he confused. He's confused. Let's see. Blessed Abundance Oracle, me either, Chloe. Sir Jiggy says, here's food for thought. All gods that all gods were created by their creator, who goes unnamed.
Who?
Wait,
Okay.
wait. Let me read it. Wait. It says, here's food for thought. All gods were created by their creator, who goes unnamed. Gods have been evolved to God status. Gods are just evolved being, but ultimately even gods have a master.
That's why I don't worship anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't worship anything. Like I had this perspective that all these people we call gods, like he said, are just people who's done exactly what we're doing, but it started with them.
Mm-hmm.
And they were trying to teach us how to live like this, to be like them, not to worship them. So I don't look for anything else outside of myself. I know we have like crystals and stones and stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
that can help. They're just amplifiers for things we already have in us. So anything I look into, if I want to talk to a higher spirit, I will talk in my heart. Anything I want to look or answer, I go into myself. And that way I manifest any answers that I'm looking for. I'll start getting people to start talking about it to me,
Mm-hmm.
or I'll start seeing it online in a video randomly, or a conversation will
Mm-hmm.
start with someone in it about something totally different, and
Mm-hmm.
somehow we end up on that subject, and whatever answer or perspective I was looking for comes to me. So I don't worship anything outside of myself. I don't worship myself, but my answers, I look for them inside, not outside.
And that's where I think that's where all the answers are. They're right here.
You're part of God. If you want to go by the Bible, where He made you out of His image, however that is said,
Mm-hmm.
you're made